Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. All right. Again, welcome, everybody. All right, a couple things here. Motion to approve the minutes of the public hearing and regular board meeting that was held on September 10th, 2024.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you. Motion to approve the financial statements of the month of September of 2024. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you. All right, gonna welcome some guests. Laura Loomis, you're gonna be the first one.
Okay.
I'm sure you just want an update. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
just following up on the
All right,
summer
cool.
issue.
Okay, this is what we're looking to do. I don't know if you know, but Jim Canniger has stepped down.
I heard.
So, all right, so we kind of stumbled a little bit this month, but Wayne's there for us now. We got Wayne. So what's happened here is we actually have the town engineer involved. All right, so with Mrs. Gus's permission, we'd like to go on to your property and just with our town engineer and kind of with the town engineer and
What about the town engineer?
we'd like to go on your property.
Oh,
and-
sure.
Okay, I thought you were okay with it, all right.
Fine.
What we'll do is we'll grab your phone number from you, if that's okay, and we'll try to set up a time that you know we're there and we're just not walking around randomly. So what the game plan at this time then is like we'd like to get an easement, which we talked about. Again, I don't want to overspeak for the board, but I think that's what we'd like to kind of do, is at least get an easement on your property that we can go in there and clean that up in a regular.
I brought my title to the house, but I don't think there's anything on it.
Yeah, we don't seem to locate that either. Is that fair to say? I mean, I don't want to overspeak for the board, but I think that's the way that.
I think it's the only solution.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's the only way you're gonna do it anyway.
Will it fix the problem when we do the easement?
What do you think, Wayne?
It'll fix her problem and our problem,
Okay.
as far as the road.
Yeah,
You know,
protecting the
as far
road.
As far as these folks getting washed away, we should be able to handle, like I said, I talked to you a while back and some of the other guys. And that right now, I know I talked to Craig, it's probably under 3.5 foot of garbage. So anything that runs on her property now is just gonna carry over and run into the catch basin that's near the road that we've been trying to keep maintained. So, if it obviously it's going to happen, so when that does, and we get our easement in there, we'll go in there and we'll take everything out of there we gotta, and so we talked about, doing it for, not doing it, by the year or something, do a forever easement, so God forbid, whoever's after us involved, don't ever have to go through it again, and then we don't have to worry about the road washing.
Right. That's.
Or anybody else getting washed out for that
I
matter.
just make it a permanent.
You're right. That's the game plan right now. I don't think it should be a yearly thing, or just a
Now,
quick
the
thing.
last meeting, they were going to send that, Mr., I can't remember,
Look here.
Bill, they were gonna send him a letter to see if the easement
He's not interested in anything for
was a letter.
that. We didn't send him a letter.
Is that the next door neighbor?
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know if it was Jim first took over as the boss, but I remember that we had an issue down there. And, Todd Pritchard did some work for you back in the day, I guess, and
Oh, just
cleaned that
recently?
up. No, years back, I'm going probably 12, 13 years ago. Anyway, I remember talking about it, and so anyway, we went over there to talk to this guy, because the issue was something was ongoing flooding her, and he says, well, I'll tell you right now, he goes, you wanna come in here and fix it, he goes, you can, but I'm not paying for nothing. Basically, that's what he
Is that
told us.
Billy?
Yeah, and we kinda looked at each other, like, well, we just can't come in here and rebuild your property.
Right.
So,
He wouldn't give an easement to go on his property.
no,
to-
and actually, really, the easement, it really would benefit her more by being on her side
Yeah,
than his, because we have to clean, there's and Craig, we talked about the one, I don't know if you folks are familiar with the catch basin that's near the road on her property, it's probably 4 foot by 4 foot, while the one that's buried is 4 foot by 4 foot and
And
probably,
it's elevated.
yeah, it's probably 10 foot deep in the ground, and it's covered.
And the last one, we cleaned the grade off only about this big.
So being that
because
it's
a lot.
covered,
Yeah.
do you think
Just can't
there's
get a machine in
all that stuff's down in
What
that
happens
pipe?
is all the leaves and the, you know, tree
Debris,
branches from the cedar trees and everything lay on it, then dirt lays on it, that runs out of his yard, then more leaves and more. And before you know it, we've went down there a few times over the years and literally tried to shovel it out, but it is so compact and thick that you just can't do it with a
So once you
hand shovel.
find it, what would you do?
Well, we're-
Clean
we're,
it off, of course.
We've talked about, putting some grates up, some trash grates. I don't know if you noticed some of the spots, there's one on Eckerd Road, there's one on Oneida Street that we've had to drive these, like 4-inch cast pipes in the ground, which kind of traps the debris off the catch basin, so if we have to go in there, and, geez, we got shit piled up. We can go in there and clean the stuff out and get rid of it, it's just gonna alleviate
A lot.
you know, we talked about shaving the shoulder out in front, you know, because kind of everything tips toward the road, so maybe we're gonna put a little bit of a swale so stuff can run toward the catch basins and what have you.
It won't run over that and in the road and. then
If we
over
keep the rear one clean, it's gonna
And
have
then
to be
over
a,
Craig's
it's
and
gonna have to be a hurricane for, because we really, when that was open and we could maintain it, you know, it's tough when there's 8 inches of water. We have places that would never see a drop of water and it'd be running right through their back door of their house. It's just, unfortunately, some of that stuff today. But we're gonna clean out what we can clean out and we'll definitely maintain it and once the folks get all they need and we shouldn't have to worry about it
Good.
for us.
The maintenance would be wonderful, only because she did come over to the house the other day with her, golf cart. She had all these rocks in the front part, and she had this bigger rock in the back, and I lifted it, I said, Marty, this has gotta be about 40 pounds.
Yeah.
She goes, no, no, no. So I went, I got my scale, I did the Terry type of weighting, it was 37 and a half pounds.
Well,
How
I
she
said that-
lifted it, I don't even know.
She's tough.
She's
Oh,
tough.
you talking about that
Yup,
rock?
yup.
What I said to
I
Casey,
can see my golf cart.
one of the problems that's gonna happen in this stuff is when all this garbage washes out of that property, and believe me, it
It
is
is.
garbage.
And it is garbage, it's in my
And it
yard.
lays in the road, and there's rocks and there's
Yeah.
gas cans and what have you, and
Yeah.
some car plugs this thing and ends up upside down in that ravine. It's even gonna be a worse problem than it needs to be, so. And it's just ruining the road, we don't wanna put $2 million in a 500-foot section of road.
Is any of the ravine gonna have work done to it?
Anything past, we really have no control over way up in there.
I mean, between her house and Craig's,
Mine.
because I know she has trouble with that ravine washing away.
The only thing that I think that there's a right of way through there is,
Craig's.
years ago, we did, actually Tom Pritchard, I think, did the culvert pipe in front of that house when
Yeah.
Lou Jones lived there.
Yeah.
That's a 36-inch, that is no little, that's a 3-foot diameter
is.
culvert pipe that runs through that yard.
Yeah, she was saying that when the water comes out, didn't you say it goes right over onto your lawn?
It's overflowing.
And like,
The amount
it
of the culvert,
shoots right
And I
it's
don't-
shooting so fast.
I don't know, the only thing I can say is if we can keep it in
Right.
Yeah.
where it
It
is,
would be- It will be
Trying to keep
better.
it in it, right.
try to keep
We're
it.
trying to slow it down
Yeah.
and keep it in there.
And
right.
keep it in the pipe will be
Correct.
better, because yes, we did some more
I think after
maintenance
that
now that it's
culvert,
clean,
like, you end up with
it's
like
drier.
Emerald Hills where that's the
and, we were
homeowner's problem.
doing some
I
stuff,
think.
Correct.
and my husband found 3 more big, huge containers, they
Oh, yeah.
say pesticides and herbicides on, I did not bring them with me,
You know exactly where that came
I
from.
do not, but I do not know what's in them, because the smell is atrocious.
I
did
can
not
tell
go
you,
out and-
we went to a house fire probably in the late 90s there, and he was there too, we went to the house fire, and I think the windows in that house are still black from the 1990s when the house caught fire. I don't believe they did 1 ounce of work to the place when the house caught fire, so to get that guy to clean up his yard, it's gonna be an act of Congress. But I think we totally could take care of it
That'd be good.
on Mrs. Gus's side, we could take care of it.
You can call me Marty if you want.
Yeah, okay.
You've been Mrs. Gus for a long time.
I call it Mrs. Gus.
So that's where we are.
Okay.
Once their stuff gets all taken care of, they'll tell me and say, hey, we're ready to go, and we'll go in there with a dump truck and a backhoe, and we'll put the trash rack in and we'll clean it up.
And how
All
long,
that fun?
how long does it take for an easement to get some?
It'll move right along.
Oh,
It'll move right along here. We'll just get down there, probably there down, and maybe get down into this week. If not, it'll be next week. Get some plans put out, fair to say, Gina. And then, it's just getting the easement typed up. and everybody being good with it. And I'm sure, we you know, Mrs. Gus wants to maybe have her attorney look at it, just for the back of it, but obviously, it's all gonna be good stuff, you know, so.
Yeah,
Just so you know, one of the folks down in your neighborhood, okay, is called the DEC, like at least twice, maybe 3 times about what's being stored there, and they haven't called her back. Okay, so,
is that
That's
the
the
creek in the
EPA.
floodplain, or is that just a creek?
Are there chemicals going
And
in the
basically,
water?
most of the water that comes from that,
It's just
Called
drainage
EPA.
water.
a lot of it comes from Boulder Road, I think, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
because
That
I
water,
had,
Coming down off the hill.
it crosses the road 2 or 3 different spots, but there's a lot of, that's where a lot of it comes from up on that Paris Hill
The
side.
whole contour of that, I call it the south lot, is just changed due to the
Oh, yeah.
floods. It is bumpy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
Okay,
had
we
the
can-
Minor County Soil go up and actually check way up too and see what they could do.
Isn't it bumpy? Yeah.
Okay, so that's the update,
Okay.
Okay,
thank
so
you.
we'll move on that,
Yeah,
so we'll
thank you.
update. Gina, do you feel you want to discuss this phone number at all? I'm looking file
I
anything?
don't think I missed this down.
Okay. Alright, well, we gotta get that.
Okay.
We gotta get your number if that's good with you, so, alright? Okay. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
I'm gonna just grab that right now.
I like it.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Chris Roberts,
315 797 0856.
alright, we're gonna move on then.
And you do have a land license come back every 3 years.
Did the New York State Troopers reach out to you at all?
Well, they come out once today,
Okay, alright,
and updated us on,
me too.
I would say their inability to be able to do it, I think, according to the law. I mean, we were obviously respectful, I mean, I knew the answer before, and that's what I guess that's why I said the first week. I knew what I was gonna get told,
I think they know at least to be going by a little sooner,
Yeah.
more often, and taking
Yeah,
it
and-
serious.
I mean, she has a legitimate mental health issue, which
That
is-
seems to keep flagging everything.
which puts any ability to, change where she is located
I know,
to, but, I mean, it's, I would expect to see, the presence a little bit more often coming up, because you can tell that the meds are wearing off.
okay, alright, well, they're on it, that's for sure. I think our.
But yeah, they reached out to her today, and she talked to.
Okay.
Office, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he was head honcho there, so.
Yeah.
It seemed like they were gonna, they know they need to be around more often for that,
Yeah, and
so,
then-
I think it was all positive at least.
Yeah, they sure, I mean, he said the same thing, he said, you know, it doesn't always seem right, he's like, we're doing the best we can, but, you know, in a way, they're handcuffed by the law too, so.
Right.
it's-
Alright, and again, if it does start to come up, just let us know, right?
Yeah.
And I'll, even if you call me, just leave it, call my
Yeah,
office or call Mike or whatever it is, and we'll follow up for you.
yeah, that's like, cause I wish, we know everybody's trying to do what they can, it's just,
So,
fortunately, how some things are.
Alright, okay, a couple things here. Resolution to accept Highway Superintendent Jim Caniger's resignation as of October 4th, 2024.
I'll make that one.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
I'm only kidding.
Alright. And everybody's feeling good about Wayne, obviously, that is,
I don't know about everybody.
that's gonna be your job?
I hope,
Alright, so then what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make the resolution we need a resolution to appoint Wayne. Wayne is a position of the highway superintendent effective immediately for a term expiring December 31st, 2024, with the currently budgeted salary. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Thank you, thanks for stepping up, alright, we appreciate that, bud. And then I do have notes here, you looking for Vinnie to be deputy?
Yes,
Is that-
Vinnie
is that
Sheffield,
correct?
yep.
Okay, alright, so a resolution to appoint Vinnie, to the position of deputy highway, and he'd also get that
I
salary.
didn't know if he was supposed to be here or not, so I didn't know.
You tell him tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, no, I definitely know.
Do you want
him to
follow Tell him he was the place supposed of to be what here.
his was?
I know he gets that extra little pay for being deputy,
Yeah.
so, not, I don't think you're getting rich off of it, but
Well-
there was something, right? Is that-
Yeah,
With the deputy differential?
Yes, yes, that's exactly what it is, yeah. Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, still got a good team there.
yeah, we're gonna keep moving forward, just like we should be.
Good.
So are we gonna backfill Whitney's position? Are we looking to
Um,
backfill any positions, or
Actually, we have,
do we wanna talk about this in executive?
No, it's a good question. I'm okay.
we actually have another young man that wants to come here, 18, he has his, permit for CDL, so we don't have to really send him I don't believe we have to send him to, the school to go through any of that. I think, because James, Holmes, who's working there now, has been there since August, he's been great, the guys are tickled with him, he's happy, he's a hard-working kid. He's actually signed up to get his license the 23rd of October,
Okay.
so he'll be all done, so. I mean, they're young guys and, you know our track record with older people. I think this is a definite step in the right direction, they get to learn our way, so to speak, and, they don't know everything more than everybody else, so, you know what I mean? And he's been great. And if this other kid works out at half as good as him, we'll be in good shape.
Alright. Very good. So you got somebody in mind, that's good. Alright. Let's see, we gotta set the public hearing for the 2025 budget. Give us the bad news, Mike, what's the,
It has to happen before the next meeting, because it's gotta be, the public hearing has to be done by the Thursday following the election, and that would, it's still
election
before the
day's the
meeting.
5th, and then we wouldn't have our meeting till the 12th.
Correct.
Alright, so it looks like we haven't had this, we gotta get a special meeting together.
Yep,
Or a special meeting for the public hearing.
at least the public hearing, but if you're gonna have a public hearing, you might as well just pass the budget right then and there. I mean,
That's the
you
case.
still have to advertise no matter what.
Yeah, correct.
You're only looking at 15 minutes for a public hearing, and then a few minutes if you decide to have the meeting
Okay.
to pass the budget.
Okay, of course, then we gotta, I don't know what this calendar looks like, just looking at like Wednesday the 6th. Cause Monday and Tuesday, we would have we got planning and we got planning and ZBA, they're on different Mondays, but, we can also do the 5th. What's your guys' schedule look like?
If it's election day?
12th.
Oh,
Sorry, 5th, I'm sorry, okay.
It'll be the second Tuesday.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I'm still looking at the 12th, that's for us, alright.
We're all gonna be over here voting anyway.
Might
as well have a meeting.
Alright,
It can be at the end of October, it doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
I just need so
Alright.
many days to get it in
10
the
days.
paper.
alright, you're correct, 10 days to get it in the paper. Alright, so we're looking at the last week in October then. Is that fair? Halloween? Let's do, I don't know, 29th, 30th, what do you guys think?
What days are those?
Tuesday, Wednesdays?
Tuesday,
Is there something day is better for anybody? I seem to be pretty open. You wanna keep it on Tuesday, it's the 29th?
Yeah.
Okay, Tuesday, 29th, 5:30, or you guys, 5? 5 o'clock, okay we do? 5 o'clock, okay with you guys? Okay, alright, any changes, just let us
So,
know.
we're gonna go 29th?
29th at 5 PM.
Okay. And are we gonna do a special board meeting immediately following?
Yeah, I guess so,
Might
might as well.
well. Because if we can just make it right then and there.
Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it?
Then we don't come again on the 12th?
No, you still come on the 12th, but the budget will be
Like
higher.
what you're doing, I like what you're thinking.
I never would mess
How do we
with
make that work?
I went to school with a daughter,
We
so I
already
don't
had to
do
get 2 of them in October. Alright. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna talk about here. Okay, that's, I guess we'll go next to. Okay, a couple things too. Mike, you're good with those? Yep. Okay. Regarding the Sequoia Valley Cemetery, I talked to the president there, Stuart Kramer. They're concerned about, basically, letting that go and, basically handing it over to the town.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and it's gonna be, I think at this point, we're looking at, I guess what's really hurting them is the mowing. like, they say that the bill's like $40,000. Like, I'd find a different person, but,
I'll do
I'll go for
yeah, right, yeah.
Sign me up, I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah. So that, as he said, right,
I mean, you just hire another Don to just.
I'm thinking, I don't know if we do like a shared, I hate to say we do, maybe it is shared service, where we at least go in there and mow, but then I guess that's why I'm looking back over at Highway and saying, or do we pull that out of the park? Yeah, maybe we pull that out of the park and just hire a
It's
park.
gonna come at a cost, but
You know what?
you probably just
Probably
hire somebody just
a
for.
lot of the money for that mowing is the weed eating around the headstones. That's gotta be the biggest thing.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll help you out.
I mean, Christine, we can take our zero turn over there and do the front like
Yeah.
goats, but I think a
That's,
lot of the.
I swear to you, that was in my mind right now. Some places have done that.
They can only do
Goats,
flat
they
stones.
have.
Actually, we discussed this at the last Association of Towns meeting about the towns having to take over these cemeteries that get abandoned.
Yeah.
And they're trying to overturn that law that got passed, what was it, a couple years ago? So now the towns are liable if the cemetery is abandoned.
Yeah.
So the Association of Towns in Albany is trying to fight this law. But it is
Right.
costly to the towns and it's an unfunded mandate now.
You know what's gonna happen though, cause if they let this go and the town doesn't take care of it, this town's gonna be upside down.
Oh.
No, there's,
So-
there's a lot on the town has to if they abandon
So
it.
someday I think we might maybe make it
You
there.
guys got plots there.
Maybe. We might.
I'm gonna be right out next to the road.
Church Road across from.
Across from,
Yep, or Chetwin, or
Across from
you
Christmas.
guys,
whatever.
yeah, you guys good?
Yeah, we're good. Yes, thank you, thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks.
I don't know if Brian did the roof. I was supposed to do the roof on that, like all sorts of fancy.
Yeah, you're supposed to do ours too.
I know in the past, though, and I wanna say, I'm going back, but I don't know how many of you remember Wanda Rosendale.
Yeah.
They used to go and put all the leaves out, and they'd call and say, hey, we got the leaves all out, they'd bring them out to the road, and we'd run through there with the leaf truck every so often and pick them up for them, but that was about what we, if they needed help moving a big tree come down or something, they might call, we might go in there with the backhoe or something, and do that, but
I just get worried if it gets abandoned and we have to take it over, then we gotta deal with
I really hope that
holes, the
doesn't
whole thing, it's
happen. I really hope that
It-
doesn't
It's
happen.
been quite a mess, cause my son is in there, and they have stopped, they like stop early, like
What do
the
they?
last 2 or 3 years, they don't even do the leaves.
Oh, okay.
And then like trees are falling down on branches, on top of headstones, the headstones are tipped over,
Okay.
it's a mess.
I would be curious that, like, that $40,000 number seems outrageous for, I mean. Oh,
I
we
get
can
it.
get, we get Adam Curry in there, it might take him a day, but he's not gonna charge you $40,000.
No.
Not something that has to be done.
And the
Oh,
headstones are
What
not
sort of
in line.
liability is it hiring someone, I don't think you do the part?
Yeah, it's like getting another Don Bray down there and then having some of the laborers weed whack.
Yeah, just have, hire like 3 or 4,
When I first started working here, I was.
cause they could keep busy all summer in there,
I mowed.
cleaning up the old leaves, all that stuff, and
Not only that, they can handle the other cemeteries as well.
the little ones, yeah.
Yeah, they've done it.
Alright, okay, we definitely gotta talk, man.
Yeah, I mean, we had no problem doing the one up on
Reservoir.
Reservoir, we take 4 of us, 4 of the guys go up and they whale it out, I mean, we got 3 weed eaters, well, 5 actually go, and 3 weed eaters with 2 mowers, and they're just,
Yeah,
they fly through there and do a great job, but again, it's,
right.
a quarter of an acre.
Is,
Compared
is
to
the
this one.
cemetery across from St. Mary's,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
where they line up for Boy
Yep.
Scouts?
Yeah.
I hope that
There's
doesn't
a lot
happen,
of old
I just hope that
trees,
doesn't
and
happen for the
The
people.
branches are like huge and they keep
That's
falling.
terrible.
Cause I know I called about the one that's hanging over my son's headstone, cause I don't want it to fall on it. They have some of those expensive
Issues too. A lot of
I
cemeteries.
guess this whole thing,
Yeah.
do we need to have another cemetery?
Lots of volunteer places will come in though.
Maybe I get
Yeah, we should
something.
cross that last one.
Yeah, maybe they should try to.
I know.
Get volunteer
Is this
hours.
imminent? Is this like happening in the next couple months, or are they just saying that it looks like it's gonna
We're
happen?
no one,
It's up to Tal.
we know we're done
They seem
mowing.
like they need help.
Some of the volunteer things, though, they only go with leaves.
Yeah.
They don't do any leaves.
Oh, yeah, they know they can, I already knew when he started to say it, it's like, I'm familiar with that rule. I know the
Yeah.
law that we take it over. So it was almost a scare tactic, then he realized I knew I'm fully aware of it. But I just don't know where we're at with our budget, so make sure I have enough labor to take care of some mowing there. I mean, they're gonna go under at some point, it looks like here, and it's when. And I just don't need them doing it
That's
in
terrible.
April, you know, when I'm already into our budget, and I'm like,
It's
That's too bad.
But what about, do you
Yeah, it
have
goes
to
right
plow
back
it
to
in the
water.
winter and stuff?
Yeah, and the headstones are all over, like in the back, in the front they're more, but in the back, like where my knee is.
Yeah, but
they're
people don't
all
visit,
over.
they're not gonna go see.
I'm thinking,
So they
maybe
can
we
store-
should,
store
maybe
places.
just have it in now, what it would take if we put like 25,000 back into the budget, see where we're at, for somebody, if we had to bring people in there.
He's definitely gonna pull the plug.
alright,
We don't want to get out of
man, yeah, I'm just a little worried about it. I mean, we,
We know store?
no,
I do.
alright.
No problem.
Yeah,
Do
feel
you
about
think
it.
that cemetery could put a little flyer out or put it in something that goes out, you know, looking for volunteers?
It's hard enough finding out who is in charge of things around here.
And then people volunteering and.
That guy that he was talking about was.
And yeah,
Go ahead.
But if people don't know that that cemetery is in Dyer Street, I know because my son is there, but if people don't know, if they know, they're like, oh, so I have some flowers on Saturday or Tuesday.
yeah, I mean, maybe.
I mean, if you absorb that, you absorb that building too.
They can help,
I know the building needs a roof and there's a
Does it?
huge
it
cost right
definitely
there.
needs a roof.
Yeah, I mean,
They turn that all over us, we gotta do everything there.
Yeah, but you're not gonna pay any new bodies in it if you're taking it over.
Yeah, there's a abandoned now, then it's just what it is.
That's a lot of revenue.
That's a lot of liability, I'm sure, as well.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like a whole nother department we have here, you know, I'm just like, I don't wanna do this.
Couldn't you
We
just
don't,
do
our
maintenance?
backhoe isn't.
Well, that's why I'm wondering about shared services, so we can help them just get some mowing done, some tree work, you know,
Because I already
and
have.
then get
a
out of
lot.
there, you know.
Right.
So what are they gonna do with
Should we
it?
get the law, do you want me to get a copy of the law to see what we would be responsible for?
Please.
Cause I got that guy's name, he was the executive director from an association, he was at our meeting talking about it.
Alright.
So I'll contact him and I'll kind of the law of what we would be responsible, like how much.
Okay.
Okay, alright, I'll do that.
I know there's a lot of history in that cemetery, there's people that are buried there, that's a big part of the town, so I know they're trying to maybe change that to be, you know, to try to get funding, I think, for historical cemeteries, but that's a lot of maybe stuff, you know, and it's like, I don't know, I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah, 'cause there's gonna have, I mean, there's gonna be some responsibility on the town if they took it over to bury these people that already bought plots.
Yeah.
I mean, there's,
Sure.
there's a lot of,
And,
I mean,
There's certain laws you might not.
And if they're, if
Yeah,
they're
I
at
don't know, you
a
don't know
point where
what
they need help
happens with it.
finding other people, like, feel free to give them my number, I'll help. You know, I can help somebody help find the better, but yet not the guy that's gonna come in and not weed it anyway.
Yeah, sure.
It sounds to me like they probably have the same guy mowing and weeding it there
Yeah.
for 10, 15 years and then.
No, it
He
wasn't,
worked with
cause
one
Joe
trust.
Jurzak
Oh.
used to.
Joe Jurzak.
And then after Joe Jurzak, then they had somebody else and they did an absolute horrible job. And then these new people, whoever they have, I think they've had them maybe 2 or 3 years. They do a nice job, but, I heard they are costly. And then he has to pay somebody to go around and weed whack, cause I don't know if the same people that mow weed whack, I'm gonna say no,
Okay,
but,
Oh, if it's 40,000 just to mow it, I mean.
yeah,
sign me up.
I know.
I don't know.
I just
Yeah,
think
let's
that,
get the law, I'll fix it.
you know, people don't know they're in dire straits.
I think it's labor, so we gotta make sure we have that in our budget.
Yeah, they got minimum wage filled up and everything else, so that's
They can't be young,
How, what age?
they'd have to be 16,
6, oh, well,
yeah.
Alright, we'll double check with their insurance. Okay, so we got marching orders, Gina, you'll be nice enough to find out that person for us.
Yes, I will, I'll contact him and get the law and all that, what we're responsible for,
See
what we would be.
how far they're really looking to pull the trigger on this,
Okay.
because we have to figure out, just the budget, make sure we have enough money to do that. And, we got until.
What are the other operating costs besides the 40,000 mowing?
Well, you got the grave hole, you know, grave sites, what they
Like,
do.
how much do they pay the people that dig the holes?
I wanna see Scott Evans does a lot of that.
You know, he does it there most of the
yeah, but they charge you for
They do
each.
charge.
Yeah, they charge,
They
they charge
for
when they
maintenance
open a
of that.
grave.
If
Yeah, like 200 or 300.
So they should be sitting on money then, right? Cause, you know, people
Well,
are getting
because
prepaid.
It's not cheap to open up graves.
Yeah, but you don't prepay that, you have to do that, it's like a couple, $200-300.
At least, yeah.
It depends what the people
If you
are
go
doing.
in the cemetery, go behind
Yeah.
where the little houses out there, if you look right behind that building, there, the prices are right under the cost for everything.
Okay.
So you can go take a picture of it and then you will know,
Okay.
but,
And it makes you wanna be cremated.
yeah, and
You still, if you're gonna bury the ashes, you still have to open the grave.
But
Yeah.
You still pay for the grave.
But he was-
Yeah,
They
gotcha.
It's
So
still
what
high.
he's just saying
It's
is,
loud.
a lot of people don't bury their ashes anymore, they just,
No, I want to
Even
spray
though
the
it's
original
real,
home, so the wife
they
has to
put
dust
them
it,
here,
that's
put
what I
it
want.
there, and just
Doesn't even bury them.
People do that?
That's what they,
Yeah, a lot of them.
told me that, it's cemetery.
Okay. All right, I think we're on the same page here. Yeah, we're gonna try to do, yeah, we're looking at a couple of these things.
We'll
I'll
work
get with
on it.
Katie out on the budget, as of right now, the budget looks great.
It's something I'm gonna need to know, so like, cause I'm gonna post that public hearing, I have to post budgeted amounts, which is really not gonna change because it's salary stuff.
Okay.
So, we're good to go, never mind that.
Okay, yeah.
If it changes, as long as it's ready for the public hearing, we're good.
Okay, all right.
You know, I'm wondering, if, in order to graduate, you used to have so many community hours of service, and the seniors would be older than 16.
No more Cheryl.
No, no. Okay.
You never see them at,
Yeah, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts require service hours and such, but.
yeah, but you can't always count on it.
Yeah, no doubt.
They'll
My
do
son
it
said
once
half
and
those
then
people
they'll
at
do
the, at the school, they don't even know how to use the drill. Yeah, when they were putting together stuff, he's like, these people don't know how to use drills.
Your drama department might.
Well, no, that's what it was for, he was helping with the stage stuff, and they didn't know how.
All right, all right, good. All right, we're all on the same page, so I think we'll square it up, try to get an update for next month. All right, let's see, Wayne, so you got some resolution for what, the accept snow and ice agreement?
Yes,
That we were looking
basically, Mike just has it.
Okay.
I got it from Michael Buzz and there's no increase,
No increase. All right,
so.
sounds good. So we're looking for a resolution to accept the snow and ice agreement between the town of Paris and Oneida County. Second, all in favor?
And we're gonna do that for the two, Wayne, we're gonna do that for the 2 years, right? To avoid some inflation costs?
If is that, I can't remember, did he, 100%, I don't, if it says, maybe it says it.
Yeah, the rate for 2024 and 2025 season is 6,800 a mile, and the 2025.
Oh, that's for the county.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now.
Oh, I thought it was snow
You're
and ice.
thi-
Oh,
you're-
snow and ice for the county. Oh, yeah.
That's something else.
Yes,
Snow and ice agreement.
we are, you're right, we are, Mike,
The attorney,
both
he
you,
looked over it for the other town anyway, so he says if we wanna go to avoid some extra fees from inflation, that doesn't seem like a bad idea.
Yeah, so
Yes.
2 years with us.
So we'll do
I
the
thought you
2 year.
were saying.
Okay, so we'll do it for the 2024-2025 season?
Well, yeah, we're gonna do the 24-25 season and the 25-26 season.
Oh, 26,
I think it goes up a little bit there next year or something.
yeah. Okay.
You're almost stupid not to talk money, but it's.
Let's see, we had to put out ice control material out to
Excuse
bid.
me?
Yeah, that's what you were talking about. You talked
Yeah, that's what I
about
was
Vera.
missed, there, but, yeah, we,
You're new here.
that's gonna be the same price that we were paying, so we're basically, and, we have been drawing it in anyway, obviously, because we kinda knew it was gonna be the same price. So we're actually a lot farther than we don't have much to get.
Okay.
So
great.
just for formalities, we just have to go through the bid process. It'll be a sealed bid thing, but as of right now, we're still holding the price even though our contract's.
Okay, all right, they honored it.
Yeah,
All right.
so motion to put it out to bid.
Yep. For ice, yeah, any guys second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's see, we already talked about filling open positions.
Yeah, Jesse Kemp is the kid's name that we were looking at.
Okay.
Kinda had to wait till all this was official before we made a move.
All right,
But
good,
he's basically ready to come.
great, that's great.
Yeah, a couple things here that I got, I mentioned at the budget meeting about the, some of the stuff going on with the electric vehicle stuff and what have you. These are some letters that we got from the, highway superintendent's meeting. There's a few here, you folks are more than look at them, I only ran one copy out, but it just kinda gives you a little heads up of what the state of New York is trying to dump on us as far as doing this electric vehicle thing. But there's a lot of support from, Joe Griffo and, what have you, there's a lot of politicians that are really on board that know this stuff's not a good idea. But I did run that off,
Okay.
for you,
So you're saying Griffo's not, he's on board with
us.
us?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
on board with the common folk.
Okay, take back my eyeball.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
association, the Association of Towns is true, because they brought that up, that what's happening with the law is going to be for next year. And if you go to order a fuel truck, until the businesses sell so many electric, even if those trucks are sitting on a lot, they can't sell them to
No.
you until they sell so many electric trucks, and then they can sell the other ones. So the association's trying,
Well, yeah,
town is trying to fight that.
I told these folks.
Once all the trucks in Florida are underwater and they start lighting on fire.
You're right.
But,
Hopefully
so
that
they're
changes.
trying to fight that too,
True.
because that
Yeah.
is what's gonna happen next year, and
2025, they're really, and like, they want you to have one or whatever, but like I said, we talked to Rick Sherman, the highway superintendent of Hartford. He basically said that you're looking at a $200,000 increase in the truck, just because you need 50 batteries to run it.
And that was
We don't
before-
want it.
That was before the lithium was
Yeah.
unaccessible in North Carolina.
yeah.
So that's one thing with those, you're welcome to go through them. And I just ran off a couple of pictures of some stuff we've been doing here, this is, the culvert pipe we replaced on, Butler Road. We had to do, that
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah.
August 27th. The whole bottom of the pipe is rotted out, it's a 24-inch by 40-foot culvert we replaced. We basically, got the pipe donated, for the job. It basically, it cost us the guys to take care of it and put it in, and our guys, all of our guys did all the work and took care of everything. Even putting the blacktop down, our guys did everything, so
Wow.
we, basically just some materials. We had to have some work done on our elevator, the sand elevator out back. When Dad went in for his surgery, I get a phone call from some of the guys who are like, your motor stopped. I'm like, what? We're like, you gotta be kidding me. We're a week in the sand. And, so anyway, Kyle Kerr, we got a hold of Kyle, he came out, and because of Kyle Kerr making a judgment call and saying, listen, I want you to get somebody else to come in and take a look at this, because I'm not really sure. Joe reached out to, John
Hammond.
from Cedar Lake.
Yeah, sure.
Their crew came in and determined that we had broken wires at the motor.
Okay.
So, and in the meantime, we used our tower ladder because we thought we had to, a lot of the guys, Jason, Marvin, them guys were all up on, Steve Master were up on the roof, and they had to take the cover off the thing to get to the motor and get into the stuff. So we did that, we didn't have to pay for a crane, we did it all with a fire truck, basically, but we ran off some pictures, Jason did the other day here, of what we had to have repaired. One of the things that's going on is, the elevator's built like a truss, like a roof truss, so everything that goes a certain way, it helps it. Well, there was numerous of these cross braces from the years of sand and salt falling on it that have rotted away. So we had a welder come in and replace it, and basically that's what he said, the top of that elevator was moving so much that it took the wire and basically wore the wire right in and blew the circuit. So we had all that done, we just got the photos of the bad stuff and the new stuff that,
I'll take a look at those.
been replaced, but, as far as that,
That's great.
guys are doing a great job, couldn't be happier
Yeah,
right now.
we can see it too.
Yeah, they really are,
Great.
good stuff, all good stuff.
Love it. I think we're all very happy with everything.
Well, thank you.
That's for sure.
Thank you.
That's for sure. And I don't know if we should take a picture of this with you two together like this.
Maybe I should sit in the middle from now on.
Hey, we got pictures in a suit the other day.
Whoa! You guys are calm.
I mean,
Yeah, look how far we come.
one meeting, I might have to sit in the middle chair.
Yeah.
One at each side.
We're good. There's no.
Good stuff. I love it.
no,
All right, good. All right, anything else, Lane?
No, that's all I really got.
Any questions for
Thank you for everything.
Thank you. All right, Gina, go with the zoning.
All right, I got just a few things. last month we talked about Leisure Valley Mobile Park. I did go there September 23rd with Department of Health. We went around every mobile home, went through the whole park with 3 hours. I don't wanna give this out because this is from Department of Health violations
All right.
that I'm going to be working on with them, so I'm gonna be writing up a violation letter with them. I mean, there's a lot.
Okay, I see.
And get this, like, you know, do like the 30-day, and if things don't get done, there's, you know, with propane tanks and waste, gas tanks, water barrier around the water pit, you know, there's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna work with Department of Health on it, so, you know, I'll have to go to 30 days, so maybe a month or two, and if not, we may have to.
Okay, then we're talking court then, I think.
Yeah,
at that
but
point.
hopefully he'll work with us. The other one I brought up last month was Brandon Tutor, and actually he reached out to me, gave me his phone number, he came in, he talked to me. Mike was there too, so he signed an agreement, because usually 6 months is a demo permit. So he said within 6 months, he will have that illegal building he built tore down.
Okay.
So by March 23rd, I said, if not, you know, you'll be in court. He signed it, I signed it, Mike was there, so I'm gonna trust him that he'll get that building down, and he said he will do a permit and build a proper building.
Okay,
So I, you know, he worked with me on that,
Okay.
he came in,
that's what you can do.
so hopefully that
Okay.
pans out. MS4, I filed the report, this is what I got together so far, I've been going every month up to DPW and working with Mohawk Valley Coalition. This is what had to be done by October 1st, I'm hoping, you know, close to right one. So that's caught up to there.
Wow.
And then there's gonna be more stuff for January, but at least I got the October 1st report in for us, and, cause all our violations, it's like $37,500 a day violations if we get caught not doing
Sure.
proper. And I talked to Wayne Johns, and he'll probably support me because it's kind of unique, because we're gonna have to map the outfalls and check them, and so many a year and all that. So, you know, once we get more to that and the training that the guys need, we're reviewing it, I'll have him start coming to the meetings with me, he said he would. So, you know, we'll work close with the highway. The golf course, I issued their CC, so they had, yep, they, what repairs and stuff they had there, so they got that, so they can get their liquor license and open, whatever they need to do, so that's done.
All right, very nice.
I went on two, fire inspections, and one passed, one didn't, so one got their assembly operating permit, one I'm waiting for a few more updates on. I issued 3 new permits, one demo permit, 1 CO so far, and I went on 2 other CO inspections, so, I just need a couple more paperwork. And once I get that, this week I'm thinking I'll be able to issue, and I got another one to go on Thursday. So that would put 4 new houses on.
Great.
Once all those COs are done, that would be 4 new houses done this year. I think that's it.
Great.
Anybody know when that dollar store's opening? It's complete.
I know, nobody's even working it,
It goes
right?
That looks-
All right,
I talked to Devin, he was in charge of the Broadway group workers there, and he said that they wanted to open by Halloween.
October 17th they were, but
And he
National
said,
Grid told
National
them.
Grid told them they're not gonna have power till December.
Right.
No.
So National Grid, so whenever National Grid gets there, if everybody knows National Grid, they're ready
So
to
that's really what
open, they
they're
would
waiting on.
stop, and they would have been open October 17th, so it's all on National Grid now, they book those hours.
It looks awesome, I mean,
I mean, look, they're ready.
I talked to the guy, the boss there that's in charge of that SRG,
Yeah.
he said that's the biggest and the best looking one they've done so far.
That's the biggest one they ever built, it's bigger than any other.
That might, I feel like that's what you're, one apartment,
And you're going down.
the one with the one I used to be.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
huge.
But this one's gonna have walk-in coolers and freezers even in the back storeroom,
Yeah.
which they don't usually put in because of all, this one's gonna have a lot of produce and frozen and,
That's great.
that, you know, fresh.
It's not Dollar General, it's DG Market.
I see.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be.
So hopefully,
Yeah,
if
that's their new thing, putting markets in with the fruits and vegetables.
they, right, if they could open, if they may try to open with generators, but Dollar General really doesn't wanna do that, but if they really wanna get open, they could. So if they wanna do that, they may open sooner, otherwise that's the only thing, they're at the mercy of National Grid. Everything else, I've been up there for inspections, it's beautiful, they did a good job. They worked with me fine, you know, if something needed to be moved, fixed, whatever. Exit signs, all that, so they were
It
excellent.
sure looks better than the turkey.
Improvement
Yeah.
to the whole area.
And, you know, and we'll keep up on them to keep it clean and neat and, you know.
Did you remember that the reason why they couldn't do the demo was because of National Grid, because it was still hooked up?
Right, 'cause it was still hooked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, and then we got that out of book, so they couldn't do the demo, and now they, now they're coming to
That's
They
nice.
scheduled them for December.
Oh, yeah.
That's great, that's good.
You know, National Grid doesn't want money, you know.
They opened up that whole corner.
Oh, it looks, even the visual up through there is,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, just so much better
and they're
for everybody.
going to
It's
be,
a lot better than everybody expected.
Yeah.
and it's
so
going to be
it's
working with locals, they're within 40 mile, local farms, because the produce and stuff, they will contract with local farmers with them to bring in fresh produce, you know, what is
That's
season
important.
at the time, and that's what they'll do contracts with the local farmers. So hopefully it'll, you know,
Yeah.
help the economy that much.
Right.
That's great.
Those are
Yeah, all the time.
It's a shame National Grid is still holding up.
Yeah, hopefully they can work with them and get them moving, I don't,
I would think,
It's really
Give them a solar permit.
hopefully we're just doing it.
they can do it with generators.
Yeah, they got a solar for it.
Good one, like that.
Yeah.
So that's where we're on the Dollar General. So it will be open, but it's just whenever National Grid's out. The fixtures will all be there by October 7th or 17th, so.
But I didn't get Joe, I got Joe.
I wasn't on there.
I know.
No, I didn't have anything for Mike at the time, but I do have some.
All right, what do you got, Joe? Water and sewer.
With all these rainstorms like these people, both White Falls and the Parasil tank,
Yeah.
King Road tank washed out again. We've had the highway there, I think this is the 5th time Wayne sent Mike there to fix the road at King Road. You just couldn't get up there, it was bad.
Okay.
All the way down to the fabric. So Wayne hauled in some loads of millings, they fixed it. I'm currently getting prices on paving that.
Okay.
Just, not the whole road. 'cause
Yeah,
that's-
just those weird
but
areas.
just where it comes out of those trees and up to the tank,
I get it.
because it's, and that's what they said, it's just gonna keep washing out every time we get a big rainstorm, buying, so like I say, that's the 5th time, and we've probably put 20 loads of material in that thing, so.
Are you trying to get that this year before winter?
I would like to, but if not, it is what it is. Tad actually already came and gave me a quote, because I'm actually trying to pave in front of that Parasil tank too, where it's just a big mud pit.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But, I wanna do that,
So we over procurement with Tad, like?
we are over procurement.
Okay.
So I'm getting 3 quotes,
All right.
yes.
All right.
Well, you know what, actually, I should ask you that, does that have to be an RFP?
I think it's, if we're gonna do, if you're giving each person A to B areas, it's gotta go out as an RFP.
Yeah, I just thought of that,
So-
I mean, if you come up with a basic description of what you want it to be, we can just put it up on paper for bids, and they come pick up bid packets
Yeah.
with your,
I can give you what Tad wrote on his quote. That explains what we talked about and what I
if
wanted.
that's what you want, that's your RFP.
Yeah,
We'll just take all the extra information off of it.
I'll forward you the email.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I'm glad I brought that up, because it
Yeah.
popped into my head.
But it does seem like we're gonna run out of time.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it being,
Process.
I mean, hopefully we're not gonna have a bunch of rain before spring. I need to get it done early. I need to get it done early, that's.
Yeah, who knows when they're done.
We're gonna pave Mrs. Gus's lawn.
Caterpillar side.
I'm just thinking about snow, that does melt.
Oh. But, and the other thing is I'm in the process of
It'll be hard.
trying to redo get a different fairs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to get a bigger one this time.
All right.
It just seems like we had more and more to mow every time
Yeah.
we do it.
So we might have a
You might have
cemetery.
the
Well, I was gonna add that in earlier, but, yeah, so,
We use your old one?
we have a 60-inch, I'm gonna try to get a 72 to see if we
I
can.
won't fit through
Cut some-
rhinestones.
Yeah, no. I use our 60-inch once in a while up at the one on Reservoir Road.
Okay.
We're gonna Parish, you're gonna get shepherd and some goats.
That's right. But, no, that's all I got, I just wanted to let you know about that, so.
Do you want a resolution to put this out to bid?
Please.
Okay. Resolution then to put out the, King Road, water.
And Parasil.
And Parasil, water pump,
I don't have to put, he sent me a quote for Parasil, because Wayne said that they would box it out instead of us paying somebody.
Okay,
He sent me a quote for $33,000 for that.
that's, yeah.
So I don't have to put that out for bid, but the other one was like 11.5.
Okay, so at a time.
Yes.
Alright, so which one would you like the resolution to say? I'm sorry, like,
Actually, why don't you do both of them, just regardless?
okay.
Yeah.
And we'll look at it, and
Yeah.
have all the bid.
And then
You
nobody,
can put it all out to bid and accept
Right.
what you choose to accept.
right, nobody claims to have unfair,
Right.
I'd just rather not deal with that, so
Because I just came up.
we're doing both, so put it all out and we're good.
Okay, alright, motion then to put this out the bid for Georgia Water Department for paving of the King and
Parasol.
Carousel.
So I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Alright, what else, Joe?
That's it?
Alright,
That's all I got for
I
now.
forgot to bring one thing up, I don't know if you see it from the planning board. About the speed limit sign on Pullman City, they brought it up last night to the planning board minutes, they asked the town board to get a status update on that speed limit for the
oh yeah,
Pullman City.
just that little bit.
So actually, I talked to Mike gave me from May, I talked to Wayne John's gonna put the 40-mile-an-hour signs up temporary once he gets a dig safe.
Okay,
And then once the state approves the 35, then they'll
Then
put
we'll
the
lower it
35.
I never knew that was 40 miles.
We always thought it was 55, but the
I never
state
knew.
paper that they sent back said it's 40 moving, and they authorized us moving it to 35.
Right between.
From Pullman City and Church in North Valley.
Oh, yeah.
So he's gonna put up the temporary 40,
okay.
okay? So I don't know if you still wanna answer back to the planning board, but that's in the minutes,
We just
so.
had to wait for the U-dates to come back, so
Okay.
we don't get any.
But I kinda forwarded it.
Alright, thanks, I think they'll see the signs up here in the next day or so.
Yeah.
I lived on that road my whole life, I didn't even know that this is.
You're going 55.
I can't imagine going 55 from the stop sign to the corner. Probably gonna that low speed.
No, that's a good.
Drive by.
I know.
It's so loud.
It's a good spot.
Yes.
But I just wanted to know I did
Paris
contact
Town Clerk
them.
at frontiernet.net, Mike?
Say it again?
Paris Town Clerk at frontiernet.net.
Alright, everybody good? Alright, motion to pay the vouchers.
I'll make that motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
You go to practice.
Alright, motion to close out the meeting at 5:52.
Make that motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.